Hello. This feels very strange. It's been a while. I hope the lag's okay. I think it's alright. I was just looking at the preview and I noticed it kept skipping, which is annoying. So it's been a while since I've streamed, and this isn't going to be the usual type of stream. It's not going to be like an hour and a half, 2 hour, just so you know. It's just I think it's been about a month since I've been live, and I thought it might be worth just giving a little bit of insight. I've made a few community posts already, basically just to say, like, I'm sorry, I've been really busy. You may have noticed I've released a new book recently, which, big thing, go buy it. Find it on my website, link in the description. Yeah, big stuff. I've been very, very busy. So I haven't really been able to find the time to stream, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I just thought I could walk you through a few of the exciting things that are happening. I don't think there's really much exciting in relation to this channel as a whole, or streaming, aside from the fact that, I'll hopefully be back streaming for a while afterwards, after this is all sorted out. But yeah, hello, Livian. Welcome. It really has been a while, hasn't it? It's been a long time. Yeah, like I said, this isn't going to be like a normal stream. It's probably not going to go on for 3 hours or whatever. It's probably just going to be like a 20-minute, half an hour little update. I just thought I could do it live because, I mean, like a sit-down sort of update video doesn't really fit the channel, so. But, yeah, so thing number one, I've released a new book. Go buy it. It's a good book. Thing number two, in relation to the book, this is something that's going to take some time and some organising. But I'm basically working on just trying to get it out there a little bit more in the physical world. And by that I mean not just like available on Amazon, but available in like actual shops in the local area where I live. So that's something that's very time consuming, because it's difficult being self-published, because a lot of bookshops would just be like, oh, I'll go to this trusted publisher, they've got a new author, I'll order copies in. Being self-published, I have to go to them and then be like, what do you want? Do you want to work with me? Do you want stock? If you want the stock, I have to order the stock, I have to bring you the stock, I have to do the pricing, I've got to manage it, I've got to do everything, basically. So I'm looking into a lot of different things, just because this is book number 17. And it's a little bit annoying that I haven't done this before, so I think it's about time I get it done, really. So that's something that's taking up a lot of time. And then at exactly the same point, I'm coming to the end of my uni year. So literally this morning, like 20 minutes before going live now, I submitted one of my assignments, my end of module assignment for my design course, or design module, as part of my business course. So that's fun, and I've got one more end of assignment I've got to do, which isn't a massive thing. It's got 8 questions, it's like 1,500 words, but it's worth, I think, 40% of my grade, and if I fail this, I fail the module, so I have to pass it, and it's worth a lot as well, so it's like, I've got to spend time making sure that it's all alright, which is, it's obviously important. I need to make sure that that's okay, and I'm trying to keep up with a lot of different things, like especially this channel. I don't want to go back to doing one video a day or anything like that. I've already noticed, as I'm sure you probably have as well, that like the views and the engagement seems to be going down. Or it's like it's the same sort of ratio, or maybe the ratio is a little bit better, but as a whole, like views are going down. So I want to try to make sure that the channel's, getting videos out, and that they're actually good videos, and that they're long and they're nice, but it's also finding that fine balance between, I've got to work on this other stuff, and then I've got to work on this as well. So I basically just decided, the thing that I'm going to have to cut out a little bit is streaming, unfortunately. So that's why I disappeared, basically. Hopefully, I will get back to it somewhat consistently pretty soon. The last assignment I have to do for uni is due in about 2 weeks, roughly. The deadline is just a little over 2 weeks, and I'm hoping I can deliver it, a few days before, just to be safe. So 2 weeks time, that like major commitment, like the thing that's the most important, is probably going to be ticked off for a good 4 or 5 months before the second year starts, which is nice. So maybe that's when I can look back into doing more consistent streaming. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm working on loads of other different things. So, one of the big things, like I said, is the book and book promotion and getting it out there. And I thought what might be fun is if I actually read a little bit of it to you. I do a little bit of a live narration of the new book. Try to sell it to you. Because I don't think I've done anything like that on a stream before. So that'll be quite fun to do. It's a little bit different. And it works as the promotion, so I can rationalize doing the stream properly. So if I just get it up very quickly. That's the wrong folder. This is the right folder. I'm great at this. This is fun. Right. I'm not going to do like a whole amount. The first chapter is like 9 pages. That would be like 15 minutes of narration or something. I'm not going to do this massive amount. But I will do a little bit, just as a little bit of a push. Should I show it on the screen? No, there's no point showing it on the screen. It could just be me and my lovely face and voice and unshowered hair that sticks up when I do this. I'm very, very sorry. It's not even great. It's not even 10 a.m. today, and I woke up and I was just like, I need to work immediately, so I haven't had any time to make myself look pretty, basically. So. Anyway, book. Let's read some of the book, shall we? Right, chapter 1. This is Apocalypse Control, by the way. First in a new series. So, it happened while he was getting a coffee. Sebastian had been standing in the line of a multinational coffee shop for about 2 minutes, staring at his phone, just like the other zombies had been doing. It was while he'd been texting his friend that a tall man had walked straight past him, cutting into the line. Excuse me, Sebastian began, moving to tap the guy on the shoulder, before quickly retracting his waistband as he saw the pistol in the man's waistband. Sorry, I'm dumb, I can't read. Quickly retracting his hand as he saw the pistol in the man's waistband. Backing away slowly, bumping into the lady behind him, who then stumbled into the guy behind her, Sebastian felt his voice catch in his throat. What was the best course of action? Ignore him? Run out of the shop? Before he could make his mind up, the man stepped towards the barista. I'll take a coffee and the intel you stole, he stated coolly. With that, he pulled the pistol from his waistband and shot the barista in the shoulder. The woman fell backwards, slamming into the coffee machine, though she wasn't down and out. She hastily yanked a pistol of her own from beneath the counter, firing blindly. Every customer in the shop sprinted quicker than any of them had moved in their lives, all heading for the only door available, shoving each other out of the way, clawing for the exit. Sebastian, having been so close to the front of the queue, was left at the very back of the crowd. Gunshot after gunshot rang out, tables splintered, painted plaster turned to dust as it fell from the walls. Sebastian tripped. He didn't know what on, but before he knew it, he was sprawled on the floor, his phone flying from his right hand, sliding on the tiled ground. For a second, he thought that he'd been shot. He twisted around to see what was happening. The double doors to the right of the counter had been propped open, Sebastian seeing for the first time ever what was on the other side. What looked like a server room. On top of that, there were at least 3 people taking cover to either side of the doors, each of them wielding semi-automatic guns. How many of you are there? The man cried out, ducking behind the counter. He dealt with the barista, the woman now draped backwards over the coffee machines, her blood oozing onto the counter. Sebastian glanced back to the exit. Most of the crowd had gotten out, only a few stragglers left who'd been tripped up like Sebastian. Someone from the server room rushed out, swiveled around and took aim at the man, that was promptly shot in the head, dropping only meters from Sebastian, the semi-automatic gun clattering to the floor. The muffled, well-pronounced voice of a woman came from the man's general direction. How's it looking? I'm in a gunfight with a fuck-ton of goons, the man replied, exasperated, pressing the fingers of his pistolless hand to his ear. It's definitely here, it's just getting to it. Be careful, the woman urged. If that intel gets out, every agent is at risk. The man peeked out from cover, fired twice, catching one of the goons as he'd caught them, in the shoulder, then ducked down again, his hand shooting back to his ear. I'm pinned down here. The police are on their way as backup. How long? 5 minutes. I'll be dead by then. Again, he rose, fired once, then ducked back to cover to reload. Sebastian didn't know what urged him to do it. Maybe it was the thought of people's lives being in jeopardy. Maybe it was his years of airsoft experience which made this feel less scary. Maybe it was his childlike desire to be a hero. Whatever it was, it made him grab the gun from the floor beside him, quickly taking aim and shooting 2 of the goons as they tried to rush the man. The man's head shot around, making eye contact with Sebastian, before giving a short, thankful nod. Before Sebastian could say anything, more goons appeared in the doorway, immediately taking aim at him at the sight of the gun in his hands. Sebastian threw himself forwards, taking cover behind the counter, right next to the man. "We rushed them on 3, Sebastian panted, to which the man grinned. 1, Sebastian began. 2, the man continued. 3, they finished together. They jumped to their feet, firing immediately. Sebastian's semi-automatic instantly outshined the man's pistol, tearing into one of the goon's shoulders, making the woman tumble backwards, knocking a friend with her. The man moved around the counter, shot one guy in the head, then ended the 2 who were now sprawled on the floor. Before Sebastian could say anything to him, ask any questions, the man's free hand was at his ear again. "I've got to help her." "You what?" The man shrugged as if the woman could see, turning his head nonchalantly to look at Sebastian. "Some guy's just helping me. He's a natural, Roxy," he chuckled. "That doesn't matter. You can't let a stranger in on the mission." Again, the man shrugged. He lowered his hand from his ear, stretching it towards Sebastian. "What's your name, bud?" "Sebastian," Sebastian replied, staring at the man's hand, unable to take it thanks to the semi-automatic which he was still clutching. The man's hand hovered there for a moment before he realised that it wasn't going to be taken, sheepishly lowering it. "Jake," he stated. "I do hope that silence doesn't mean that you're briefing them." Jake returned his fingers to his ear, rolling his eyes as he did so. "Just being polite, Roxy." Roxy sighed. "Please, Jake, get a move on. It looks like you're close to the computer I'm tracking. If you can get into it, you may be able to access the server that the files are on." Jake nodded, then glanced at Sebastian. "Mind covering me?" For some reason unknown to him, Sebastian nodded. The 2 of them pushed through the doors, Jake rushing over to a terminal, pulling a tiny device from his pocket before he connected it to a USB port. He then tapped a rhythm on the device in his ear, letting him talk to Roxy without having to touch it. "Okay, Roxy, I'm on the terminal. Looks like there's a firewall." "On it," Roxy replied, Sebastian barely able to hear her from where he was standing. Those guys that came from here," Sebastian began, staring at the wreck of the coffee shop which he'd gotten so used to visiting. "What were they doing?" Hello, Milo, by the way. I'm reading the first chapter of my new book out loud, just as a bit of promotion, in case you're wondering. "Dunno," Jake said. Roxy tracked the threat we were sent to here, so it was probably just an ambush." "Are you still with—" "Yes, he's covering me, Roxy, it's fine," Jake assured, but Roxy wasn't convinced. "What if he's undercover?" "If he was, I'd be dead by now." Roxy's tone made it sound as if she was ready to clap back with another argument, though she restrained herself. "I'm through the firewall." "Shit," Jake breathed, staring at the terminal in disbelief. "What?" Roxy pushed. Sebastian glanced at Jake over his shoulder, curious. "It's more than just agent files," Jake began to explain, frantic. "They know where the base is. They know it's me out here. Fuck, there's a live transcription of what I'm saying right now." "Jake, get out of there, now," Roxy demanded. "I gotta hack the server," Jake countered, his fingers moving frantically over the keyboard. "This isn't the root directory, just a connection. We need to get this stuff off here." "The building's rigged to explode." Sebastian felt his breath catch in his throat. He stared at Jake, who quickly glanced at him. "Go," Jake demanded. Sebastian didn't waste a second. He darted through the open doors, dropping the gun as he did so, vaulted an overturned table, and crashed through the glass doors to the shop, shards of glass cascading behind him as he stumbled onto the pavement. The street was vacant already, the terror from the gunfire likely having scared everyone away, even the traffic. He fell onto the pavement on the other side of the road. Then came an ear-rupturing explosion. Instinctively, Sebastian curled up on the concrete, covering his head with his arms. He felt the rush of air from the debris zooming over his head, felt the heat of the flames, the vibrations of the shockwave. Apprehensively, Sebastian lifted his head once the noise had stopped. Jake was nowhere to be seen. Right, there we are. There's part of the first chapter for you. It's really weird narrating live, because when I narrate for an audiobook, I do like 2-3 takes usually per little section, just to make sure that the tone's right. Well, my mouth's dry as well, so it feels really strange to not be like stopping to fix that. But yeah. It's good you liked it. Quite like drama stories like this. Favorite TV shows is Sons of Anarchy. Ooh. Well, if you liked it, Olivian, you should absolutely get the book. If you head into the description, you can find my website, and there's a link directly on there to go buy it on Amazon. It would mean a lot. Greatly support me. The audiobook's also available. It's much better narrated than that with a better quality. It's just, I think I'm getting a bit of a cold as well, so my throat's not fantastic. But yeah, the audiobook is much more produced than, and much more professional than just doing it like off the cuff live. But yeah, so there's that. That's fun, isn't it? That's fun. Doing live narration. I was actually thinking a while ago of doing some, like, the first chapters or something live to maybe all of my books. But there are 17, so that might take a while. You like as well, Milo? Good. Never mind, it's gone. Never mind, I guess Milo does not like anymore. Milo dislike. Milo hate. Milo hate forever. You like it. Yay, you like it again. Cool, thank you. Yeah, go get a copy if you like. The audiobook's available. There's Kindle, there's paperback. No hardback, though I'd like to make a hardback version, but it's only 200 pages long, so I don't know if that would even work logistically. But yeah, so that's the majority of what my work's been, and what my work is going to be for the next little bit. Just trying to get that out there. But we'll see with streaming. Hopefully it's going to be quite consistent after I finish uni, like I said, but I've no idea. My current plan is, once this book release has been sorted out, and hopefully I've organised with a load of local shops about getting like paperback versions out there for sale, hopefully I can go and do audiobooks as well. And because I've got 4 audiobooks now for the 17 books that I've released. 4 of them have audiobooks, so I've got 13 I need to catch up on, which is a lot of work. Oh god, it's a lot of work. It's so much work. But I've recorded one of them. I'm just editing it, so I need to really knuckle down. So, but we'll see. I can never do uni of too much anxiety. I'm lucky that I get to do it online. I don't know if you'd be able to do it as well. I think you can do it in different countries. It's based in the UK, I believe. It's the Open University. But I'm pretty sure that there are people just like around Europe enrolled, so I don't know if there's like a limit. But yeah, it does work out well, and it gives me a nice amount of time to work on creative things. Like, I wrote this book basically within the last 2 months. I did the writing and I did the audiobook. So I had enough time to do an entire book alongside it, and I think I was still streaming at that time as well. But it's like, well, for me it's getting a lot, but that's because I'm balancing like 20 things at once. So, God, my neck hurts as well. This morning's been so weird. I'm usually getting up. I would have gotten up about half an hour ago usually, but I got up early. And I did a load of work, and I'm just like, I was just like, I'm going to do an impromptu stream, because I know people have missed that I'm doing streams. I haven't done a stream for a while, so I'm going to do it. But yeah, it's actually been 20 minutes already. I forget how easy it is to just get roped into streaming and lose track of time. Oh yeah, actually, there was something I wanted to announce that I haven't set up. I haven't even tested it, but when it comes back to doing streaming again, you may know that I have a main YouTube channel. I've very recently, I say very recent, I think it was like 2 months ago or something, unlisted all the old videos. They are still available, they're just on a playlist, but for the majority of people you can't just see them unless you know that they're there, basically. But I used to do loads of Let's Play videos on, I think, basically my 360. I think a few on my Xbox One, but mainly my 360 or something. So I did have a capture card, which I haven't used in ages. But I thought I might be able to hook up the capture card and then play a larger variety of games on stream, and I can actually use, well, yeah, basically I can use the consoles. So I've gotten the cables, and I still need to look into setting that up. But hopefully we'll be able to look into doing some like longer Let's Plays or something where I can dedicate a 2.5 hour stream at any point, really, to just playing through a game that isn't Minecraft or like Power Wash Simulator or something. So there'll be more options, which is quite exciting. But I still need to look into setting that up. So you woke up at 10:30, Olivian? To be fair, I suppose, I don't know, I assume it's the same down in Australia as well. But this is the point in the year where school sort of gets easier, or like you maybe already finished it or something. So there's less pressure to be like, I've got to get up at 7 and go. Same with, well, I'll say it's same with work. Same with some types of work. Not all, but yeah, that's not too bad. Don't feel too bad about waking up that late. Especially if it's like a day off or something. That's the nicest thing to do. But I'm at the point where I'm like consistently waking up at like 9, half 9. It's just like, this is bad. I should be getting up earlier. Especially because I go to bed at 10 p.m. Like, why am I asleep for like 11 hours? I'm still tired as well. Maybe I'm ill. I don't know. You're unemployed? So am I. But I'm a student as well, so. No worries, you'll find something. Even if it's like online freelance or something. Something small in the meantime. Anyway, it's weird to be streaming this early. Because it's like 10 a.m. and I'm just thinking, I better do this thing and this thing. I very desperately need to wake up. And if it's not raining, which I think it isn't raining, I may go for a long walk and gather my thoughts and then go into these local shops and just see what the situation is with the organisation. So I think I'll leave the stream here, which is also very strange to say because it's been 20 minutes, but it's not supposed to be like a long one. So, yeah. I don't know when I'll get back to streaming officially, but that sort of routine of like 4 days in a row streaming at 8 p.m. I don't know exactly when I get back to that, but I'll hopefully keep you updated through community posts. In the meantime, obviously, if you want to interact with some more of the things that I've been doing, then you've got the book that I've just released, like I said, website link in the description. You've obviously got this channel where I'm still uploading daily, double daily actually, sorry, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. That's GMT anyway. Not sure exactly what it is for you, but it's still twice a day no matter what. And hopefully I'm going to have some new music coming out at some point soon as well. I think I'll finish uni, and then I'll get into, like... Well, it's probably uni, probably get back into streaming, sort out the management of this, and then some music, so hopefully in the next month or two you'll see something else. It's a compilation of Sons of Anarchy clips that'll absolutely wake you up. I will have a look, Olivian. I'll absolutely have a look. I'm so tired. To think I woke up, like, 3 hours ago. Why am I so tired? Maybe I've got an iron deficiency or something. I don't know. Anyway, all of you take care, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.